Subscribe to Filmfare and press the bell icon.
So how do you explain the finest actor of his generation? I met him years ago where he was head down, not facing me. I mean, I was told he was tutored to do all that. But he was quiet, he was unassuming, he was bashful. Over a series of hits, Filmfare Awards and great performances, he's become exasperating. One moment he's dancing on tabletops at my birthday. Another moment, he doesn't pick up my calls for 2 years. So that then is today's hottest actor, Ranbir Kapoor.
Thank you for
coming on my show.
Thank you for having me. Okay,
tell me now, you have a film up for release and you play a detective in that. It's obviously taken a toll on your nerves, on your acting skills and all of that because it's been taking so long. So have you played detective in real life to errand girlfriends?
No, ऐसी कभी नौबत आई नहीं है.
Have you been detective? Have you snooped
I
on
have
your
been,
girlfriends?
I have been detected, but I've never done it.
So you've always left trails behind?
No trails behind. I've never done anything wrong to be caught.
So you never got caught?
I've never done anything wrong to be caught.
Oh, really? Cheers. Okay, you've been also an AD and there's an old world director feel about you. You've constantly said you want to make movies and all that. Is this a progression towards
when I started out, and I used to tell you this often, that I want to direct a film after 2 years, after 3 years. But the more you work in the film industry and the more good directors I'm working with, I've realized that it's such a hard job. It's so selfless. You need a story to tell. There is total dedication, perseverance, passion towards it. We actors have, our lives are very easy. Of course, it's hard work and stuff, but like being a director, actually going there, starting a film, making it, doing post-production on it and finally releasing it, it's a different experience. So with my experience of the few years that I've worked, 10 years now, I've realized that it's not something which I'm very close to right now. I'll probably take some more time before I could direct a film.
Tell me, did this film sort of emotionally test you, Jagga? Because also you'd worked on Barfi.
Like the word you use, exasperated, that was exactly what was going on. We were frustrated, losing interest. The love was dying for the subject, for what the purpose was. But just to see Basu's, again, he was so adamant about the story he wanted to tell. He was so passionate about it. And just to see that, in a director, he's trying to tell a story so nicely was amazing. So I think at every juncture, just to go back to the time when he narrated the film to me, just the feeling of the story. If you just keep that in mind and that feeling, and eventually you put that on screen, that's what you're meant to do. The process of like 3.5 years or 3 months or 3 days, that doesn't matter. As long as it's the film that you guys set out to make, that is important. I mean, there were times when I had messaged Basu saying that, let's shelve the film. We both are producing the film 50-50. Let's shelve it, we're just 30% down. I'll cover the losses and stuff. I can afford to. And let's work on something else. But he was very clear. He said, no, this is the film I want to make.
But do you go through, also because your characters, some of the characters you've played, like say Rockstar, as an actor, do you go through these dark phases when you work? And how do you get out of it?
You see, the role of an artist is exactly like the lover. If I love you, I have to make you conscious for all the things that I want you to see and you can't see. And if I can do that through my characters, through my films, through these different subjects that I'm trying to do, of course I'll fail. I'll go wrong because I don't have the formula for it. But I want to show you something that you didn't know you wanted to see. If I know that, okay, this is what you want to see, and if I keep doing that, I think I'll falter. It's something that I don't think I'll be good at. So that's the idea, that's the endeavor, but I don't know if I'm successful in doing that.
Has there been like one scene, say while you were doing that, Jagga is a relatively lighter film, where you like tapped into that dark space and you said,
yeah, shit. Of course, like playing Dutt, what a life he's had, it's unbelievable. When you read a script, it seems like science fiction, because how can a man, in one life go through so much, his drugs, coming out of drugs, he was a heroin addict, his mother dying 2 days before the premiere of his film, terrorism, gun charges, jail, his first wife dying of brain tumor. He's got a crazy life.
Your dad wrote an autobiography recently and it's pretty candid. Can you be so candid?
I don't think so.
What did you feel when you read that?
I haven't read the book actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I know I know my father, I know his thoughts, and he just put those thoughts in a book. I know I should read it. A lot of people have spoken to me about it. You know, they really enjoyed his candidness. But I don't think I can do that. You know, I mean, like this Sanjay Dutt biopic, he's been so gracious in giving out his life openly, and it's not a propaganda film. It's not trying to portray him as a good guy. You know, it's very honest to a point where it's a bit too honest and it's a bit too dark. I don't think I have the courage to do that. You know, deep down, however great a human being I was set out for myself, you know, to be, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. You know, I don't know if my personality is that interesting for me to completely be open. You know, I guess that's another reason why I'm not on social media, because if I can't really be myself, then I'm trying to portray a character, and then I'm doing double work. I'm doing films and I'm playing a character on social media. Now, it doesn't come naturally to me. You know, I'm an introvert. I'm a little shy, so I don't think I can be as frank as my father.
How do you deal with this new digitization? You know, everything is the source. Have you been able to sort of come to terms with that?
There's nothing to come to terms with it. You know, it's data. People are consuming.
I know you're busy stalking people on.
Of course, I am, and it's a lot of fun. You know, but it's the reason why I'm not on it is because I don't want to take that responsibility. I'm too lazy. You know, to wish Amit ji happy birthday, to wish somebody who won a badminton tournament a week back, or to you know, say Eid Mubarak. You know, you have so much of added responsibility you're putting yourself into. Films take up a large chunk of my life. Now, I don't want another platform where I constantly have to work at, you know, and like I said, it doesn't come naturally to me. So I admire, you know, everybody who does it so well. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, and some people really have the knack, you know.
We'll be back with a lot more nostalgia, secrets and magic with Ranbir Kapoor on Jio Famously Filmfare. Welcome back to Jio Famously Filmfare.
Okay, so you've been through some very high-profile relationships and through high-profile breakups, which is probably why.
So all these questions were just to come into this, right?
Yeah,
it was just kind of
I was breaking you in.
Get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, how was
so,
the question?
and you've worked with them post your breakups, you know, whether it was whoever in whatever films. So tell me, how do you deal with working with an ex?
Okay, firstly, I don't think I've ever claimed that I've broken up with anybody. So
Which is such a lie.
People. Yeah, it is. I've never spoken about like, oh, I've broken up.
Okay.
So it's a figment of people's imagination. But having said that, whoever you work with, and especially in films, you have to understand that filmmaking is not a fun place. You know, there's a lot of money involved. It's a business. You know, it's hard work. So if I'm coming as an actor, even the actress is coming with her passion, with her dedication, and as a professional. So you don't carry your baggage to set. It's unfortunate sometimes that you know, lovers work together, and sometimes the lovers split, then they work together. But that life that you live between action and cut is very different from what you live in your real life. You know, at least for me, I can differentiate between.
Switch off, switch on.
Yeah.
So even if you're having a very bad day with a lover or an ex, you can still
See, first of all, bad days are only not because of a lover and an ex. You can have a bad day because like you didn't go to the bathroom in the morning, right? But like I said, you paid for this. It's your job. There's 100 people on set who are dependent on you to deliver, and you better deliver. You can't like say, oh, I am feeling so sad today and I have anxiety problem today, so I can't work. That doesn't work here. I mean, there's somebody who's 10 times better than you standing 2 inches away from you, and the minute you falter, that guy's going to take your place. So you have to be very professional. You have to deliver.
I was in the car and I heard a radio program where you're doing this Tom and Jerry kind of thing with Katrina, you know. So was that scripted or was that like real?
With Katrina, you can't script anything. You know, I mean, the day I met Katrina, our dynamic was Tom and Jerry. You know, we're constantly fighting with each other. We're constantly pulling each other's leg. But at the same time, she always on set and I mentioned this before, she's one of the few actors who really let you shine. You know, she allows you to shine. She's not somebody who's like selfish and saying, "No, I have to be better," or she's competitive in that, you know, that kind of way. She wants you to be good. And all my career, you know, when I worked with her, and when I've been doing other films and I'm in contact with her, she's always inspired and motivated me to do better.
Very boring answer, but
What do you want me to say?
Tell me,
Like
tell me.
she's a witch.
No, I don't.
Right? What do I say?
See, she's a nice person and she's
But that's exactly
forgiven
what I
me
said.
despite Edil. So, how do you look back at the Edil? You know, your unrequited love plus in love with the
Edil was really an easy film for me, you know, because you know Karan. When you work with Karan, it's a party. Everything is fun. Everything is so easy. So it wasn't, even though it was intense, even though it was about heartbreak and all, it wasn't the rock star type vibe. You know, it wasn't intense in that deep way. It was Candy Floss. You know, it was supposed to just be a happy film, a love story, which kind of touches you, moves you. So it was a very easy experience for me. And the result, when it released, I didn't feel vindicated or you know, I wasn't like pumping my fists in the air. For me, it was just, you know, now on to the next.
Okay.
So that's how you feel when a film does well. कि बच गए अभी अगले film तक.
If there's one film of yours which you had to revisit, maybe because it did badly or you, which would that be?
I think Besharam, because you have to, because I think where I was coming from at that time, you know, I was riding a certain wave of success. You know, I was younger, so I wasn't thinking much. But with Besharam, I think I signed it with a lot of design. Okay, you know, मैं masala film करूँगा. You know, small cities in my country, they don't know me. So maybe I should do a film which kind of goes wider.
Mass.
You know, a massier film. So it wasn't coming from the right place of doing a film, of being a part of a story. There was an agenda. कि अभी मैं एक masala film करूँगा, I'll become a bigger saleable hero. And I think when you do that, you realize that it never works that way. So I think that's a film that I would really, I would think twice.
So I'm going to show you your posters on the Jio Cinema app and I want you to react to them.
Okay. React to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is of course my favorite rock star. What was your frame of mind?
Well, I think it's definitely the most important film in my career. I think, you know, partnering with Imtiaz, it just changed my perspective about acting, about films, about life. It made me want to really ghuso into character and, you know, into all of that. I think one memory, if I have to say, is the time when actually you were on shoot, Nizamuddin Aulia's Dargah, when we were shooting Kun Faya Kun. We spent 4 nights there shooting that song, and it was just magical, you know, just being there around this energy and, you know, this Sufi world. It really did something inside. This
is bakwas or is it real? Do you really feel transformed while doing that?
I mean, yeah, you have to. You have to believe that you feel transformed at least. You know, like I said, acting is all about believing and being convinced about it. Otherwise, if you behave like, oh, it's so stupid, it's so silly and all, then nothing will happen.
And this is my favorite.
You know, Barfi is one of those films where I don't really have any memory of, because like Jaga Jasus, we shot this over 2 years. And Basu works in so much of chaos, no script, no screenplay, no schedule, no ED system, no production. So you used to come on set and you used to say, "Acha, aaj kya karte, aaj ye karte," and me and Priyanka and Ilyana used to just act that out. There was no dialogue, so it was really easy for me. I have a memory in learning dialogues. So I had no memory. I remember when I saw this film 5 days before release, I was like, whoa, you know, ये तो अच्छी film बन गई है, and you know, and I felt, you know, really good about it. But there is nothing that I have done. I think Basu takes a lot of responsibility on his own shoulders, and he does it himself. He builds the performance for you.
Okay, what's the weirdest rumor that you've heard about yourself?
आ गया ना अपनी औकात पे.
Recently.
Yeah, to be honest, it's really weird now because of now these websites. You know, people are hiding behind sources and question marks, and they can write anything. You know, there was a time called chalo, you know, there was remotely some truth to it. You know, you were spotted somewhere or somebody said something. Ab to matlab kuch bhi. You know, I mean, recently I heard like I was engaged to a girl in Delhi who I've never met or heard of in my life, and then a newspaper went and interviewed her. And she said, I don't even know him, I'm not even a fan of his. Like, it's weird. Like, then why did you write something that I'm engaged to someone? Then I took my mom holiday to London. I'm going to London to find a bride. You know, these are weird things, you know, when you read about it. My grandmother called me, you know, "Tu kya dulhan dhoond raha hai kya wahan?"
don't forget to catch all the behind-the-scenes madness exclusively on the Jio platform. Welcome back to Jio Famously Filmfare.
Now I'm going to show you some of your Filmfare covers on Jio Mags.
Okay. Whoa, I got to pose with Aishwarya Rai. I did a film with her, which was amazing, and now doing a photo shoot with her, and it was a nice, sexy photo shoot. Usually I'm quite nervous, so my hands are always shaking, and I'm not good with photo sessions, like I'm not very comfortable with my body, and I had to still shoot. But she made it really easy because I know that मेरे को तो कोई देखने नहीं वाला था, सब उसको ही देखेंगे. So I could just be lurking behind her or something. But she makes anybody look good.
Yeah. You were also an AD when she did a film with your dad, right?
And I used to make all these paintings about her, and we really struck a good friendship actually that time. We used to talk about her life, my life. We used to bond a lot. And I was what? I must be
16.
No, I was 15.
Your first ever Filmfare.
Yes, I remember this.
Epic 5-day shoot.
Yes. I mean, I was shocked. I didn't know film shoots, magazine shoots take this long. It was a 5-day shoot. There was a setup. There were the photographers were walking away. Sanjay ji was going crazy, putting kajal in the eyes, taking out kajal in the eyes. The positioning of where he's supposed to be, Sonam's supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be. I mean, it was crazy. We shot this in Mehboob studio. And like I said, at that time we were all so in awe of Mr. Bansali, and there was so much of fear that everything was just to please him. It wasn't really to reflect your own personality. It was like, what will he say, and does he think it's okay? So the entire Savarya episode is just Sanjay Leela Bansali, the filmmaker, the creator, magnum opus. That's all.
You'll never worked together, no? Though I believe he wanted you for Ram Leela, Baji.
But it's really unfair to speak about films that you're not a part of and other actors do. But no, we haven't collaborated again because I don't know, for personal reasons. But it's not something that I've never disrespected him. I think whatever I know about acting and cinema is because of him. I assisted him on Black. I worked on Savarya, and he was so patiently, he taught me everything, and he really grinded me, like me and Sonam, and I think that really taught me a lot, where he really broke us down. But we haven't collaborated again, but never say never.
And you worked with Sonam after almost 10 years now on that.
She's absolutely the same. There is no change. And with Sonam is the minute she sees you, she always just says one thing: "Beer, what are you wearing?" That's the only thing I get from her, And I keep telling her, forget my superficial me, go deep, connect with me. How are you? Are you well? What's been up? Then she'll be like, but Beer, seriously, what are you wearing?
Sweet. This one's really memorable for me.
Yeah, but it was an amazing time because I won a Filmfare Award back to back. I won the critics and the popular for Rockstar, and then I won the popular for Barfi, and I didn't expect that. So it felt really nice. It felt amazing. I have 5 Filmfare Awards now, and that's the only awards that I have kept.
And your ex-girlfriends always tell me, look at the amount of awards he's got and look at us and all of that.
Okay, I don't know what connection that has with what I'm trying to say.
Because they're hitting the issue seeing your Filmfare Awards.
Yeah, but there's been a girlfriend of mine who every time I start a fight, she used to break an award.
What?
I used to go, "Arey, wo Filmfare haath mein laga tha." Yeah, so that magazine with Vidya was very nice because I was holding 2 Filmfare Awards.
Weren't you also emceeing that year?
Yes. No, not yes, with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
And the first time I received a Critics Best Actor Award. The second time was dressed as a girl. So that wasn't really. It wasn't really a good thing. But I remember after we finished the show, then I was backstage and I was getting ready to leave, and I think Anu or someone came and said, "Go back and sit down." And I said, "Bhai, ho gaya na? I got my award. I'm leaving now. You know, I've done my performance and everything." So I said, "No, go sit." So then I went and sat with Shah Rukh sir, and then finally, then they called out my name and they gave me the popular also. It was quite something. It's probably one of the most memorable nights of my life.
So we have the Jio Music app, which you can make your playlist, your own playlist with. So what are you listening to?
What am I listening to right now? Okay, I'm listening. I love this song called "Cold Little Heart" by Michael Kiunaka. I can't pronounce his name.
Okay.
It's an amazing song. There's a song called "Lost on You" by LP. Uluka Patha from Chagga Jasoos. I really like the song "Zalima" from Rais. It plays on my playlist. I like "Thodi Der" from Half Girlfriend. Really good song. What else? I like the new Radha song from Jab Harry Met Sejal. What else is playing? And the new Imagine Dragons album. It's amazing. It's probably one of the best albums I've heard. So Imagine Dragons, download it. Bing is back at Rain Poet. Ranbir Kapoor, the quintessential immature man boy. That is true. I've also realized that I cannot come of age anymore. I have done so many coming of age films that it's done. I don't want to become the Harry Potter of the Hindi film industry. So it's time to change. But thank you for reminding me, the Rain Poet. Ranbir Kapoor was at his most annoying in the first half of Tamasha. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought I was pretty good. But it's good to know. I tried. Krishna Balu at Indus Spirit. Bollywood's worst irresponsible flamboyant kid is #Ranbir Kapoor. I disagree. I don't think I'm irresponsible. Flamboyant, no way. Worst, maybe. But irresponsible and flamboyant are two words which really don't go well with my personality. So I don't know what you're smoking or drinking. And the last one, old-fashioned movie at Jalan Dai 6. Ranbir is the most overrated actor ever. Have no idea why he's so hyped up. Ask Filmfare that, because they've given me 5 awards. They've put me on some 5 or 6 covers, and Jitesh and Anu have really brainwashed people very early on. Superstar in making, next superstar. Kabhi superstar to bana nahi hai, but they just kept writing next superstar. But I've been hyped and overrated by Jitesh and Anu from Filmfare.
So quickly then, what's the one question you're asking yourself these days?
Am I happy?
Are you?
Yes, very much.
What can your friends predict that you'll grumble most about?
Me? Bad food and what do I grumble about? Nothing. I'm quite a carpet. I'm easy. I don't have like.
People can stamp all over.
Yeah. Huh? I'm quite happy being subservient to people and their needs and desires. Hi guys, welcome to my show Raunchy Ranbir, and we have out here Jitesh Pillaai, the editor of Filmfare and the destroyer of many people's careers. So Jitesh, I would like to ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Please do, since it's the grand finale.
Right, let's start with Fawad Khan or Ranbir Kapoor?
Fawad Khan.
Nice. Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Rekha या श्रीदेवी जी?
Rekha.
अमिताभ बच्चन और ऋषि कपूर?
अमिताभ बच्चन.
पड़ेगी तेरे को. आईफा अवार्ड्स या फिल्मफेयर अवार्ड्स?
Keep quiet. Obviously Filmfare.
But आईफा takes us to New York. तू यशराज और रिलायंस स्टूडियो के बाहर कभी लेकर गया क्या? When are you going to get married?
Just as you get married.
Really?
Like 2 days after.
खा कसम.
I swear I will get married 2 days after Ranbir Kapoor gets married.
Great. Thank you, Jitesh. You've been lovely on Raunchy.
And so honest.
And so honest. Till next time, keep being raunchy.
Watch us.
Catch all the behind-the-scenes action exclusively on Jio Cinema.